Hola, mi gente. It's Makeda Valletta on my page, Makeda Valletta Travels, live from beautiful Harlem, New York City. And I hope you're all doing well today. In case you're unfamiliar with me, I am a native New Yorker, Harlem World to be exact, and a current resident of Chi-Town. I travel a lot in the country and out of the country. And I'm also a trainer. I help people improve the physical performance of their body. I love playing sports, and I'm a Knicks fan and super hyped about their win. But I just wanted to do a quick video talking about the parade today. I did a video. Did I do a video on here prior? I don't know if I talked about it prior, but I flew here on Saturday. I flew here on Saturday because I knew the day of Game 5, that was on June 13th. I knew they were going to win. And so I was like, I have to be in New York City when they win. And I went to a watch party in Harlem on 111th and Lenox, and it was great. Um, and so I was like, my mom's birthday was on Monday. So, and I discovered, I've always complained about New York food. Like, it has disappointed me a lot, but now I'm starting to find a newfound love for some New York restaurants. And so I found a really good restaurant. I'm mad I never knew about this. Apparently a lot of people knew about it but me. But it's a restaurant in Spanish Harlem, aka El Barrio, called Ricardo's Steakhouse. Oh my God. That I will spend money on food and travel for some good food. That restaurant was really, 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 really good. Okay. So my mother's birthday was on Monday, so I'm like, okay, I have to get back to Chicago, but I wanted to be here for the parade. So that was today. When I saw, now I never knew about, I've been to plenty of parades in New York City, the West Indian Day Parade. For those of you who are listening who don't know about New York City, you could take note of these parades if you want to go to some like really big, dope parades, major events in New York. You have the West Indian Day Parade on Labor Day, which happens in Brooklyn on Eastern Parkway. You have the Puerto Rican Day Parade that happened this past Sunday. Okay, I grew up going to that parade. That parade always attracted over 1 million people. They said that this past Sunday it was supposed to attract 2.5 million people. You have the Puerto Rican Day Parade. You have the festival before that. You have Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. I probably went to that as a kid. I really didn't have no interest in that. You have Halloween Parade. Like, New York has so many. Then there's the African American Day Parade, and I hate the term African American, makes me cringe. But that parade happens in Harlem, and it's not that popular. So there's a lot of there's a lot of, big parades in New York. Those are just some of the biggest. And so I've been to plenty of those parades. I never went to a ticker tape parade. I never knew that it happened in Lower Manhattan. In the, what is it called? I never heard this before. The Canyon of Heroes. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong or right. But it's basically from Battery Park to City Hall. And honestly, I didn't even know where City Hall was. Okay. I hate that part of Manhattan. Manhattan is the borough I'm from. In case you don't know, Harlem is a neighborhood on the island of Manhattan. Let me know if you can still have me. The Puerto Rican Day Parade was insane. Did you go this year? And I know it was insane with Alvarado being Puerto Rican. And him being Puerto Rican and from Brooklyn and being on the Knicks and winning, and he got right back here to be on that float. Puerto Ricans are a huge contribution. I would have actually gone to that parade. My problem was, I haven't gone to the Puerto Rican Day Parade in years, but I would have gone just because I was in such a great mood and a high from the night before of winning. But on that Saturday, the 13th, I woke up at like 5 in the morning to travel to fly to New York, and then I ended up staying up till 3 in the morning. And so then on Sunday, I woke up with a headache because I just needed to get more sleep, and it just threw my day off. So I just wasn't able to make it to the parade, but I wanted to. My plan was to go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade and then go to, on Sundays in the evening in Central Park, I go to a Haitian Rara. It happens in Prospect Park in Brooklyn, and it happens in Central Park. I've been going to the one in Central Park for like 20 years. And it's like Haitian Rara is a certain tradition from Haiti that has horns and drums. It's off the chain. And that's why New York, and then right next to the Haitian Rara, like walking distance, is the Afro-Cuban rumba that happens every single Sunday. This happened for decades. It's amazing Afro-Cuban drummers and singers doing rumba. So only in New York can you find these things. That's why New York is such a dope city. It's like unmatched. Okay, like you can find like master level artists and performers and musicians of every genre in this city. So yeah, I didn't go to the port, but the Puerto Rican Day Parade is major. Okay, so I didn't know that the ticker tape parade, that whenever the New York Liberty won the championship 2 years ago, when the Yankees won, I didn't know that it always happened in Lower Manhattan. I ever since I was a kid, I have hated it down there. So if you ever come visit New York, because most people when they come visit New York, they're in Times Square, which is not authentically New York. New Yorkers don't even like Times Square. So if you're in Times Square, you're there with a bunch of tourists. Okay. So you have Times Square, you have people want to go down where the World Trade Center was, down on Wall Street. I hated down Canal Street. When I tell you hate is a strong word. I hate it down there. Okay, I've hated it down there ever since I was a kid. That's not the best part of New York, and that's not the best part of Manhattan. And so because most people come to New York, they're just down there. They think the whole city is like that. They think that there's no trees. Like right where I'm sitting, I'm on the island of Manhattan right now. Look at all this lush greenery behind me. Hold on a minute. Let me see something. Oops. Hold on. I'm trying to flip. Why is it not flipping? Okay. Oh, wait. I got to clean my screen. Sorry. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the greenery that's around me. Hold up. Hold on. I don't have my. Can you guys still hear me? I don't have my pads that clean. Hold on. Let me try one more time. And you got. Okay. It may not be the clearest shot, but you see all this greenery around me? Okay. Now I'm on live, so sometimes stuff is like a little blurry on live. I'm gonna make another video of this without being on live. You can't see the sun is shining into the camera. I'm gonna make a video so you can really see where I'm at. But I'm on the island of Manhattan. I have some. Actually, I have some. There's like a forest around here. I'm gonna post some videos in the coming days. Just keep a lookout. Anyhow, a lot of people don't realize how much nature and trees and beautiful parks there is in New York City in general, but in Manhattan in particular. Okay. Upper Manhattan, which is where I'm at, the northern part of the island, okay, where you're 200 and something feet above sea level. So it's where the island gets very narrow, so you feel like you're on an island. And river, you have the Hudson River, the East River, Harlem River, lots of trees, lots of hills. When you're in lower Manhattan, which is where most people come when they come to New York, they are downtown where it's below sea level. There's no trees. There's barely any parks. And people think New York doesn't have that many parks. It doesn't have that many trees. It's always so busy. And nah. If you're in lower Manhattan, you're seeing like 1% of New York City. And you're not seeing the best part of Manhattan. Okay, so just understand that. So if you're somebody who plans on coming to New York City, or you would like to come to New York City and you would like to know what areas you should go to, I can give you some recommendations in every borough because I move around the city. But Upper Manhattan, the Bronx has the most trees. The Bronx has a lot of beautiful trees, beautiful parks. Um, the largest park in New York City is in the Bronx. The Bronx and Staten Island have like the top like 4 or 5 spots. Central Park, which is the park that everybody talks about, is not even in the top 5 biggest parks in New York City. But Central Park is huge and it's beautiful. Okay. So anyhow, so what was I trying to say? Yeah, the parade being down there was a terrible idea. Now I know that that's traditionally where it's done, but when they were saying this is going to be the biggest parade New York City has ever seen, Manhattan has historic parks, yes. When they were saying it's going to be the biggest parade the city has ever seen, I'm like, why in the fuck is it down there? Okay, you always have the parades down there. You always have the parades down there. But that doesn't make any sense. It's like a death trap down there. Like I told you, ever since I was a kid, I have not liked it. It just, there's all these tall buildings in this small little space. The sun can't even shine down because you have all these buildings. You have people trying to go to work at the same time. It's in the very busy business district. Streets are narrow as hell. Okay. So, but as somebody who travels a lot in this country, I'm going to say New Yorkers are like pretty. I'm not saying nothing happens and we don't have any violence or problems, but it's nowhere near as bad as it would be in a lot of other cities. And I don't know how many other cities could deal with a crowd like that and not have like some massive problems. Okay, because it was so tight. Um, it was too early. I felt like it should have been at noon at the earliest. Because being at 10 a.m., I mean, I woke up at like 4:45. It was at first my goal to try to leave the house at 6, even though I kind of didn't want to go because I knew once I saw it was down there, I was like, even if I leave it, even if you get there at 6, you probably won't get a seat. And I'm not sitting out there all night. It's not that serious for me. And so I already knew that, so maybe not want to go. But I went anyway with my twin, like, okay, let me just see, let me just see. Let me just go on this adventure. And so I probably left the house like around 7. And when we got down there, it was like craziness trying to come out the train station. Like mobs. We got up at Fulton Street at first. And it was like a mob of people just on the platform just to go up the stairs, okay? People in New York, one thing I'm going to say, okay, New York is a city of 8.5 million people. We have like 1 million people that come into the city every single day from the surrounding area. You got the Long Island Railroad bringing people from Long Island. You got the Metro North bringing people from Connecticut and Westchester and da 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 da. You got people coming from New Jersey on the path, New Jersey Transit by car. And you got people flying in from wherever else. So New York is dealing with massive amounts of people, not just the 8.5 million that we have, but all the other stuff. We also got the World Cup going on right now. Okay. So you have, a lot going on. So New York City has the capability to deal with that with public transportation. There was a lot of people. So it was crazy looking at trying to come out the train station, but it was still moving and it was so tight. But it was like and I felt bad for the people that were going to work because I was so hot. Like it was like we were all so tight. There was like the body heat. Like everybody's sweating. And then the people that had on their work clothes are sweating. Like I would be frustrated if I was going to work because it's like I'm not even choosing to go to this parade, but yeah, I have to be mixed up. I have no choice, no way out, no way around it. Just got to go through it and deal with this. And it was so packed that it was like you couldn't move, but yet people were still moving through the crowd. People climbed up on all types of stuff that looked dangerous to me. Sitting on the street lights, climb a whole bunch of people on top of the scaffolds. I don't trust a scaffold like that. I feel like, what if this falls and who are you going to sue? I saw a video where people, because I was wondering how they got up there, but then I saw a video how like some people brought up this big ladder. People like literally got up there. I saw a video where this man was like way up in a tree, like up in the tree. There was with the block that I was standing on, because my brother and I got off at Fulton. It was too crazy. Got back on the train, went to Canal Street, and had to walk like, I don't know, 15 minutes or whatever. And what was I about to say? Oh yeah, there were these two big trucks in front of us on where we were standing, and on top of it, I don't know if they were I don't know what kind of trucks they were, right? Two big trucks, people all on top, on top of the truck, there was a person on every single square inch, every single little piece, and there were old people up on top of that truck. There were a lot of kids. The kids were cute, but I'm like, hey, these kids supposed to be in school with a lot of kids, okay? The kids on top of that truck. And I'm thinking all you need is for one person to sneeze, and that could go all the way left. All you need is for one person to sneeze, or one panic, or one issue, and a lot of those people would have got hurt. I saw this old man climb on top of that truck. New Yorkers helped him up, because that's what we do. And New Yorkers are very resilient, but it was hilarious. But it was, to me, if the Knicks win again, which I think they will in the next few years, I will bet money that the Knicks will win another championship in the next 5 years. If that happens, they need to forget about where you usually do the parades. The hell with that. There's too many people for that. It should have been where they put the Puerto Rican Day Parade. It should have been where they put the Thanksgiving Day Parade on big wide streets in Midtown. It could have gone past Madison Square Garden. They just need to do something different. Or, you know what? And if those of you who don't know New York, you may not know. You might have to look at a map. But it could have gone from, if you wanted to start it at Battery Park the way they normally do and go to City Hall, they could have kept on going. Why do they have to do the ceremony and get the key to the city at City Hall? Does it have to be done at City Hall? They can't do that at Madison Square Garden. It would have been dope if it kept going to Madison Square Garden. It don't matter for them because they're on a float. It don't matter for the city because New York knows how to deal with stuff, and they could make that happen. And then all those people who wanted to go to the parade would be spread out amongst way more blocks than that tight little mile space with them tight little streets. That was a terrible idea. It's amazing more people didn't get hurt. It's amazing how New York deals with crowds. There were tons of cops outside. The cops were like, actually, I saw them, a lot of black cops, a lot of cute black female cops. I have never seen so many cute black female cops in New York before. Like, I felt like I see that in New Orleans. Never saw that here. So there was a lot of, and the cops are super cool. I know they were happy to be there because they loved it too, but they also had to do their job. So unlike New Orleans, they can't be partying with you, but today they seem to be mingling with the people more than they usually do. And I just feel like New York is amazing that we don't have like really crazy stampedes and mass shootings with all of the people that are here that gather. And that is going to show you how safe the city is. And I'm not saying that there's no crime and nobody ever, but it's not nearly as bad as other cities in America. That would be dope getting the key at MSG. Yeah, exactly. Why they have to do that at City Hall? Do something different. Madison Square Garden was the epicenter of of all of this the whole time. And the Knicks are the only team in New York that don't share a fan base. So everybody's a Knicks fan. It's been 53 years. Forget about that normal route that you do at ticker tape. It was just too tight. It was ridiculous. And to me, they should have at least, like when they had the watch parties, they would bring screens out on the street. They should have put some screens some places. They should have put some speakers some places so that people who were removed, like down the block, because you have it blocked off and won't let people even get closer. Okay, because it's like I was like a block away where you could see the parade going by. So I'm standing looking down the street this way, and the parade is going this way, right? But of course, when the float goes by, everybody wants to put their phone up for I don't know why. Who's really going back and looking at that? You have already camera people shooting that stuff. But also they had us, like, we couldn't move forward past this block. It was this empty space with cop cars. And at first I'm like, why are they holding us back here? But then I realized it was because, see, to go into the viewing area or the viewing space or whatever had been closed. They closed at like 7:30 in the morning, okay? And to get into there, they were checking people. Like they were, patting you down. You couldn't have this. You can't have that. Like they were screening people, which is good. That's why New York doesn't have a bunch of mass casualties. We want to keep it safe, right? But they didn't, but the people who weren't inside that viewing area didn't get that. So if somebody wanted to bring a weapon or bring a gun outside of that, that could happen, so I guess that's why they kept us back. Because at least if you want to act a fool out here, you can't injure the players because you had too much space and too many cops in between that. So I will say New York is pretty amazing with how they handle big crowds and big events. And I was just hoping that them FIFA World Cup people did not come out today, because I've been seeing videos of them taking over Times Square, taking over our train. I'm like, not today. Today ain't the day. Y'all need to stay home. Don't come out in Times Square. Don't flood our trains today. Today is about the Knicks. Americans do not care about soccer, okay? The immigrants here do, like people who come from Africa, people who come from Mexico, people who come from Central America, Europe. But Americans, we're not thinking about that. New York is not thinking about that. Maybe the newcomers who are not really New Yorkers and Americans, they care about soccer. But it's all about the Knicks today. So I was like, please don't let them come outside. Okay, so I did not see any of that. And so outside of it, was very entertaining to see people of all shapes and sizes and ages and religions. Okay, Jewish yarmulke, Muslim women wrapped up with their stuff, kids everywhere, people smoking weed everywhere, because you could do that in New York. So it's super tight. You got cops right in your face and you lighting up blunts. People, I got some good footage. I'm gonna post some videos. People standing up on top of the street lights, rolling a blunt. People sitting on top of the train, like places that I'm like, how did you get up there? But they up there and they rolling the blunt up there too. It's so New York. They'll be outside tomorrow on Juneteenth. Yeah, let's see. I gotta get back to Chicago. Chicago's having the presidential library opening up today. I think it's open to the public on Sunday, which is Father's Day. The new that Father's Day is also going to be crazy. I wish I could be here to honor my dad, but I got to get back. Um, but yeah, so the parade was epic. It's crazy. I feel like they should take fans into consideration because ain't nobody coming outside and waiting online from 11 p.m. You had people that got there at like 4 a.m. Okay, and still couldn't get in. Okay, to the private, to the not the private, but the area, the viewing area where you could see the parade. It was too small of an area. So probably, if I had to guess, 80% of people that went to the parade couldn't actually get in. It was like a block or more away, and you can see the aerial footage. So I just think that that was a terrible design, but the energy was good. It drained the hell out of me. I came back and passed out and went to sleep. Um, I'm not a fan of those, and I would never go back to that again. Like, I would never go back to it again unless it was in a different area with more space. But if they have it down there again, I'm good. Um, yeah. So that's all I wanted to say. Um, I was hoping the World Cup people didn't, and not just the World Cup people, but New York never has a downtime with tourism. So I was hoping none of the tourists who are here, whether it's for the World Cup or something else, I'm like, please don't try to come to this parade because it's major and you happen to be in town. It's enough people. It's enough New Yorkers that want to come. Please don't take up space. That's all I kept thinking. And I have a feeling that there probably wasn't too many of them. Because to me, to be bothered, to get up and be bothered with all that, you had to be a diehard Knicks fan to some degree. Okay. So anyhow, I hope you guys are doing good, and I'll see you in my next video. Make sure you follow me on YouTube at Makeda Blood Travels. On YouTube, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Makeda Blood Travels. And until we meet again, have a good day and get some sun. Bye, people.